My beds are falling apart. Look at this one. It's falling apart. I have had these beds for, I think, more than 4 years. I'm going to tear it down because it's still going to fall apart. You can see the timber here is all worn out. So I'm going to harvest the loofah. I'm also going to try and transplant my turnip flower. I don't know if it will survive, but I'm going to put it in a container and then take down these beds. Hi everyone, how are you doing today? You are all very welcome here. If you're seeing me for the first time, I am Sarah Pedun. Some of you might be wondering why I had to take down my raised beds. They had served for a very long time, over 4 years, and it was about time for change. Before I go to why I had to take down the raised beds, here are some of the advantages of raised beds. Raised beds are easy to manage. When you have a raised bed, whether it's the dry season or rainy season, you always garden, because when it comes to watering, you know the space that you are watering, it becomes easier on you. The other point is raised beds help you design your gardens to your liking. Whether you want the square shape, triangular, keyhole, there are so many choices to pick from, and where you can place them is just your choice. The other one is soil erosion. When you have raised beds, it helps to control soil erosion. Water that would have just flowed easily, the soil that would have been washed away easily, is trapped by the raised beds. Next is, when you have a raised bed, you don't have to dig. When you take care of it, there is no digging. You only pull out a few weeds that may come here and there, but nothing gets out of hand. The other is, it's very easy to amend the soil in the raised beds. So instead of not knowing where to start from in your big garden, when you have a raised bed, you just know, I'm going to put maybe 2 wheelbarrows of compost or manure, and that is it. It's very easy to amend the soil. Those are some of the advantages. However, I took down my bed because I had used timber to make the poles of the raised bed, and they were all eaten up by termites, so I had to take it down. Otherwise the beds were collapsing. The other thing is, I used logs and all the twigs in here and the leaves that we sweep to fill the raised bed. At some point it was just cake-like. It was almost like there was no life in my soil. Even if I tried to amend it, just the top one would be okay, but down it was always hard and dry, so I had to take it down. So this is how the garden looks like right now. I had 6 raised beds, 3 the other side and 3 here, but I started by taking down the 3 that were this way and planted, and everything looks good now. And then I have these 3 that I just recently took down and I have planted. It looks much better already. It's more productive already than it was before. I think I love this is also a raised bed, but not as raised as the previous one. So in here, in the first bed, I just have a mixture of everything because this soil was not very good. I've put comfrey, some colliers, and then this ornamental grass. I have some sweet potatoes. I've just some mums. I have so many things going on there. And in the second bed, I have this flower. These are, I planted the bulbs here and they're already sprouting up. I have some lettuce. This sunflower over here, I'll have to transplant. And the comfrey looks so beautiful here. Have some zinnias, some peppers, and some collard greens just in this small area. And in this bed, I have spring onions. I think onions are the most used things in the kitchen. So I have spring onions here. I have planted the bulb onions, but I haven't seen anything yet. So we have spring onions as we wait for the bulb onions. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and kindly subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.